Officer was arrested over the 4th of July holiday. Speaking of, fireworks out near Dove Creek spread fires last night, and a man has died after crashing on a golf cart. I'm James Bellini, and this is Live. We'll get to the news in a minute, but first, here's a word from Mammoth Roofing.
I didn't know what to do. I had major hail damage, and I didn't know where to file a claim or call a roofer, and I found out about Mammoth. I chose Mammoth. They helped me through the process. They were priced right, and that's why I chose Mammoth.
Starting things off, new San Angelo Police Chief Travis Griffith held a press conference this morning to address the arrest of an SAPD officer. 54-year-old James Hernandez was arrested early this morning and charged with his second DWI, a Class A misdemeanor. Chief Griffith also said there is no difference between a citizen and one of our personnel, and he went on to say that if the allegations turn out to be true, there will be firm but fair discipline. We can no longer allow our officers to be out here getting arrested. He also stated that everyone is innocent until proven guilty. Hernandez was booked into Tom Green County Jail at 12:56 this morning and released at 11:28. He has been placed on administrative leave at this time. While many Americans in town were at the lake celebrating the 4th of July, some went out into the county to shoot off their fireworks. At about 10:30 last night at Foster Park, just on the San Angelo side of Dove Creek, several fires broke out, and the Dove Creek Volunteer Fire Department had to dispatch 4 fire engines to deal with all the fires going on. While sheriff's deputies and firefighters were trying to put out flames, people continued to launch their fireworks into the sky. Which brings us to today, as the Tom Green County Sheriff's Office has announced that shooting fireworks outside the 4th of July at county parks would be prohibited. Have you downloaded the all-new San Angelo Live mobile app yet? Over 11,000 of you have, and it's the best app in the business. Download it on the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store. Best of all, it's free and keeps you up to date on all the news in San Angelo and the surrounding area. While this was a couple days ago, the San Angelo Police Department issued a press release that a crash in Bentwood ended up claiming a life. According to that release, on June 29, 2024, around 6:15 p.m., officers did respond to the 5500 block of Enclave Court in Bentwood Country Club. Officers learned that a golf cart being operated by 29-year-old Emily Krieger was involved in a serious accident resulting in injuries to 41-year-old Dustin Patino. He was taken to Shandon but sadly passed due to his injuries on July 2nd. Krieger did consent to a breathalyzer at the scene, and that test allegedly confirmed she was intoxicated at the time of the crash. She was arrested and charged with intoxication assault with a vehicle causing serious bodily injury. Ever get nice and burned over the holiday? Well, if you did, we have some storms heading this way. Right now, it's 93 degrees with a high of 96, and we have a 50% chance of rain and storms coming up. Tonight, the low drops to 73, and those storm chances drop as well to 30%. Tomorrow, the storm chances increase a little bit to 40%, the high will be 93, and the low will be 74. On Sunday, the storms end up clearing out, and the high will be 96, and the rest of the week through Thursday carry about a 20% chance of rain as those storms start to creep back in. When we come back, Ryan Chadwick will have sports, and then Joe Hyde sat down with Chris Ebbett to talk about San Angelo. And don't forget, there'll be another Search for Silver Clue coming up. But first, a word from the Bass Bunch.
It's our giant tag sale.
Right now, during our giant tag hail sale, you can get a brand new 2024 Ford Bronco Sport for just $25,999.
Don't miss our giant tag sale, only at Jim Bass Cars and Trucks, Houston, Hart, and Arden Road, or 24/7 at bassbunch.com.
Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott was recently seen walking around in a walking boot while on vacation in Cabo San Lucas. A picture of Prescott in the boot surfaced on X last Wednesday, but it's not clear when that picture was taken. Good news though, Cowboys fans, the mystery injury is not expected to impact Prescott when the Cowboys begin training camp on July 25th. It was reported that Dak Prescott recently suffered a minor foot sprain that temporarily required a walking boot. It is not known when Prescott suffered the foot injury, as the Cowboys last held an organized workout on June 5th. For all we know, Prescott could have taken a step wrong off of a curb somewhere. Since his season-ending compound fracture Prescott suffered against the New York Giants back in 2020, the Cowboys quarterback has not injured that same ankle since. And for more sports around the Concho Valley and beyond, be sure to check in every day at sanangelolive.com/news/sports.
It's hard to believe how reckless some people can be and how hard they fight against real victims. You need a partner who consistently beats the Giants and who will never, ever flinch.
Here is your search for silver riddle of the day, and it's a big reason, or there is a big reason, this is the riddle for the day. This is also the one that was at Texas Angels Boutique. I am one of 4 brothers, 2 sets of twins with opposing views. Half of us follow the sun. My older brother looks to the stars. Who am I? Like I said, there is a reason I'm giving you this clue again. Go look back through the clues so you can determine maybe what that means. Could help with decoding the cipher. All this week's riddles are brought to you by Texas Angels Boutique, located 221 South Chadburn Street in downtown San Angelo. Head on down there to Texas Angels Boutique and do some shopping, and you can also pick up that clue to keep a little memoirs, whatever. Keep an eye on San Angelo Live and the Live Daily News Show every day for hints on where to find the silver coin container.
This girl went to town at night. She got blinded by the fancy lights. Realize you cannot wait to live till tomorrow. So the girl stay at the yard. She found all the things you have to know about life.
Well, hello, welcome back. I'm Joe Hyde, publisher of San Angelo Live, and I'm joined today with Chris Evett. He is the president of the San Angelo branch of First Financial Bank. Did I say that right?
Yes, sir, Joey, absolutely.
But right now he's taking almost a leave of absence because we have lots of things happening at the chamber. He's also the board chairman for the San Angelo Chamber of Commerce.
That's correct, yeah.
And that's what you've been concentrating on for about the past, month?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we've spent a lot of time up at the chamber, but again, rest assured, all you First Financial customers, I'm still there and working. We're just working twice as hard.
All right, so the chamber is going to go under some changes just because we had Walt Koenig, who was the chamber president that we'd hired several years ago. He retired. And so he's no longer there. And so now we have to find a new chamber president. In the meantime, there's not any movement to appoint someone to be the interim chairman or interim president?
No, Joe, I tell you, again, we wish Walt and MG so much success in their retirement. I think we were talking just a few minutes ago, they actually left San Angelo today to start their adventures in Florida and Italy. And, Walt left us with a great staff. And I think that's one of the things that the board and executive committee realizes, that it's those vice presidents leading each of those divisions of the chamber that continue to make it happen day in and day out. And, the board is very cohesive right now, working well together, communicating on a daily basis with the staff. And so right now, we're going to avoid putting any interim in there as we've already started the search for the new CEO.
So when you start a search, the chamber sets up a committee and you kind of approve the committee. And then the committee, I guess that you're advertising for the job?
Absolutely, yeah. So, again, last week we actually posted the position for the new CEO for the San Angelo Chamber of Commerce. And again, we really are trying to focus on really where chamber executives may go out to look for those positions. So, I mean, again, we've got it posted on the Association of the Chamber of Commerce Executive website, the Texas Chamber of Commerce Executive website, the Chamber Exec Openings by Glenn Shepard, and I believe you'll see a LinkedIn post maybe today or tomorrow with that posting. Out on the Chamber website, we have the actual job description. Again, a lot of things that you would see. We want someone that may have some prior management experience. That's definitely going to be critical, can build relationships, can lead people, can help fundraise, and really kind of push San Angelo forward.
Right. Kind of take the foundation you have with the staff, keep it intact, make it better.
Absolutely.
That's what you're trying to do.
We just, again, we believe San Angelo has so much to offer. We've got the great team in place. We've got all the resources here in the community. We think this will be a great landing spot for somebody.
One of the challenges that San Angelo's had since Phil Neighbors passed away in 2015, I believe, suddenly.
Right.
And he was the long-term chamber president. I mean, Phil Neighbors and San Angelo Chamber of Commerce were kind of interchangeable.
Right.
And since his passing, it's been really difficult to keep that position full.
Yeah.
And I was talking with Brian May, of all people,
Absolutely.
and Brian May gave me this observation. He says, the chamber has these selection committees, and they're all alphas. They're all wanting that, the goat, the hunter killer sales guy.
Right.
Right? Because that's what they are.
Sure.
When they really need to find a farmer.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah. Well, again, I think anything will be on the table. A prime example is our new destination and marketing individual that we just recently hired, Jeremy Bartz.
Right.
Again, didn't come from that arena.
He wasn't a tourism guy.
No, not at all. And in fact, he worked at AFCO Steel, formerly Hirschfield, 22 years, I believe.
He's a human resources guy, which is like the worst.
Absolutely, right? No one wants to talk to the HR guy.
Yeah.
But again, has some leadership capabilities, had managed numerous people. But the thing, again, about Jeremy is he loves San Angelo.
Right.
Born and raised here, he loves our community, and he loves to go out and sell it. So again, I think the search committee will take everything. I mean, we're going to do a nationwide search. That's important to do. But again, we're going to be we're going to be selective. We're not going to move quickly unless just someone comes out quickly and that's somebody that we need to act on. But we want to pick the right person, because you're right. We need to quit the 2 and 3 year turnover. We need to find somebody that wants to make San Angelo home, make a commitment here, and take us where we're going.
And grow the institution.
Absolutely.
All right, so under your new tutelage as the interim chamber president, you have the West Texas Legislative Summit coming right up, and that's probably the busiest time for the chamber.
Absolutely.
How's it looking?
Well, again, got a great committee in place with the West Texas Legislative Summit. Tricia Peterson, who heads up our events, I mean, she has really been running that event for the last 3 or 4 years. She's got a great game plan there. In fact, we've already got all of our panelists lined out. They've already committed, so that thing's moving forward. Again, I believe we'll be at the Cactus for the night before for the meet and greet, and then we'll be back on Angelo State's campus for the actual event. That's coming up at the end of July. But we talked about it this morning, and everything's a go. So we're moving forward. Yes, sir.
Right. So the chamber, what basically happened was Walt had pretty good people in place of DMO, taking care of the West Texas Legislative Summit, which I assume was events and membership. And then one more thing that Walt did. I mean, we're sitting there talking about things. He brought in the young professionals into the chamber.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was I'll tell you, that's a big deal to me personally. As I got on the board, that was one of the things that I spoke to Walt about was bringing the young professionals of San Angelo into the Chamber of Commerce. And, we went out and we asked 12 businesses to help sponsor that and prop that up, and we got 12 yeses. And so, again, I think that's something that just the community knows, and it's important that we've got to invest in our youth, and they're going to be the future leaders of our community.
They're old.
Well,
I mean,
again,
you can be up to, 40?
You can be up to 40, but again, that's still, all right. If it's old, I'm old.
All right, you're old. Not as old as us.
Okay.
But, one more thing about the membership. You hear things like, well, the chamber's membership is declining or growing. Where are we at on membership?
Well, we had a board meeting this morning, and I asked that exact figure, and we're at 1,134 members currently there at the chamber. So it's a great number. I will say under Walt's leadership and, the team that we've got in place there at the chamber, we did see some significant growth over the last several years. We've maintained that 1,100 plus. That's a good number, but we want to continue to see that grow. And for those of you that aren't, are thinking about being a chamber member or thinking about dropping it, and just encourage you to come out and talk to our team, and we can show you the benefits of being a member of the Chamber of Commerce here in San Angelo.
I think it's important for all of the people in business to be in the chamber, because there's things that happen all the time that you need to be united on.
Absolutely.
Particularly legislative things, local government things. I wish that Phil Neighbors was the chamber president when the trash contract went up.
Okay.
And so, but Phil, his tactic was not to do anything out front, but he would make sure that people that they knew he was watching, You know, don't raise those commercial dumpster rates too high on me. That was what he was watching for.
Yeah.
You know, those kinds of things is what a chamber can do for you.
Well, again, advocacy is a big thing that we do, and again, you've mentioned the West Texas Legislative Summit. Again, being involved in our not only our local but our state and national governments is very important. Again, right. And having elected leaders here in our community that we've elected, they're there serving for us, and it's important again that we all, are there to let them know what we're experiencing here in San Angelo, so they can fight for us each and every day.
All right, Chris Abbott, he is the interim, I guess, halftime. What do you want to say? You're just serving right now.
Let's just say I'm board chair, and
you're serving as the president until you find a new one.
Okay.
And you're working 80 hours a week.
Well, I don't know. I haven't put a exact number on it, but we're definitely making certain that the chamber's being served, and so is First Financial Bank.
And he's also the president of the San Angelo branch of the First Financial Bank. So anyway, thanks for coming on.
You bet. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it.
All right. Back to you guys. I don't think
When it comes to unique pieces you can't find anywhere else, Kano's Diamonds and Coins is your one-stop shop. With over 24 years in the diamond and coin industry, Kano's Diamonds and Coins is West Texas's choice for diamonds, jewelry, coins, silver, and gold. Owner Bill Kano stands by his work and offers free consultations, including estate jewelry. Don't just trust anyone with your valuables. Come see the staff at Kano's at 1016 West Beauregard in San Angelo.
Thanks for watching the Live Daily News Show, the only locally owned news show in the Concho Valley. Go like us on Facebook, X, and other social media platforms, and download the San Angelo Live mobile app to stay up to date on all the news from in and around the Concho Valley. Thanks again, and we will see you back here next week.